Good morning. Good morning to each of you. I am Dr. Corrine Johnson, and I would like to welcome each of you on this morning to Grace for Today 5-Minute Devotional. And on this morning, our subject is going to be refining fire. And our key scripture is going to be coming from Isaiah 48 and verse 10. And it says, I have refined you, but not as silver is refined. Rather, I have refined you in the furnace of suffering. And so when we think about going through trials, our trials turn up the heat in our lives and sometimes make us uncomfortable. When you are experiencing financial hardship, poor health, or or conflict at your home, or a stressful atmosphere at work, you may wonder sometimes, what in the world is God doing? Well, God uses heat in your life to burn off things that are tying you down and holding you back. It could be a bad attitude towards your circumstances. Maybe you're holding on to a grudge or wallowing in self-pity. Here's the point. You have impurities in your life that are being all that God meant for you to be. So when a silversmith works with metal, right, he uses intense heat to separate out the impurities. This leaves behind the pure metal. The silversmith watches his work closely, knowing that when the heat has done its refining work, so the silver has been refined when he can see his reflection in the metal. And so God your life because he wants to see his own reflection in you. So yes, the refining process hurts. It's hard and suffering is painful, but you need to trust God while you are being refined, because God can use your trial to eliminate what's holding you back. And so this process is going to make you more like Jesus. And so we have a lot of impurities in our lives. Therefore, God will use the refining process several times as you follow Jesus. You can trust that God has great plans for you, and he's working through the tough times to draw you closer to him. So the next time that you experience a trial, ask God, how is he refining you and making you more like him? Because once again, that's the purpose of the refining, so that you look more and more like the image of Jesus, so that it shows up in how you act and what you say and what you do and how you live. That's the purpose of the refining process on this morning. And so when God turns the heat up in your life, yes, it's going to make you uncomfortable. But it is in that uncomfortable place that God is doing great things on the inside of you. And if you will begin to persevere and begin to walk this thing out with God until the end, you're going to come out shining like pure gold. You're going to come out and the image of God is going to be evident in your life. And so on this morning, we certainly thank God for each of you for tuning in and joining with me for Grace for Today 5-minute devotional. And it is my prayer that as you go forth on today, that you will go forth and have a blessed day.